back to Next Chapter Chats. Today we're leaning into a theme that many of us know all too well. We're calling it From Breakdown to Breakthrough. Much of life's conflict begins when we're out of sync with ourselves. It's that misalignment that can feel messy, even painful. But sometimes things need to unravel before we can even reimagine what could be authentic. Our guest today is a personal friend of Penelope's. And with this, I'm going to turn the mic over.
Thanks, Pat. Today's discussion is especially important. It will touch on difficult and painful moments because breakdown to breakthrough is painful. When we hear the word breakdown, thoughts go to something coming to a halt, not working, or worse, falling apart. Breakthrough is the opposite. It's about moving forward, discovering new possibilities. What's often overlooked is how deeply connected these two experiences actually are. Growth is rarely comfortable. At times, it feels as though life is unraveling. But with dedication, energy, and a willingness to reframe our thinking, breakdowns can become opportunities for healing, for clarity, and ultimately, breakthrough. This search for meaning is leading many of us to turn towards spirituality and practices that connect us to something greater than ourselves. Whether it's mindfulness, meditation, energy healing, and even dance, these pathways all reflect a movement toward personal transformation. Our beautiful guest today, the incredible Elvira Hopper, knows this journey very well. From the heights of a massive and successful career to a personal breakdown that sparked profound self-discovery, Elvira has lived the shift from imposter life to authentic truth. Just from imposter life to authentic truth. That's a big leap. Her story is a powerful reminder of what's possible when we dare to let go of what no longer serves us and embrace new ways of healing. So you, my lovely Elvira, we would love you to share your story.
Wow, that was the most beautiful intro, ladies. Thank you so much for having me. This is so exciting. Yeah, so do you want me to start right at the beginning with my story?
Well, yes. It's a big story and it's a beautiful story.
Yeah, okay.
All the bumps and everything.
Yeah. So this is I think your listeners, your viewers are going to find maybe some commonality because a lot of us are raised to be the good girls, to be following what the parents want. And really, what do we want? We don't even know what we want, but
and this generation in particular.
Yeah, exactly. So when I was a little girl, I remember being 11 years old, and I was this rotund little Italian child. I ate too much pasta.
Atta girl, mangiare.
I know. You're a great no. So we came from Italy to Canada when I was 5, and I was a skinny little kid. But because my parents were very, they felt they made a mistake, so they bickered all the time. And me being the sensitive, artistic child, I ate my emotions. And so what happened is I went from a skinny little kid to a rotund little 11-year-old. There's a reason I'm telling you what I look like matters. I end up in this cabaret audience. Okay. My dad worked in the restaurant downstairs and this cabaret is going on upstairs. And kids weren't supposed to be in this audience. Like this was a sexy show, right? Like an adult kind of show. But why was I there? Was my dad babysitting me and he stuck me there for the night?
Oh.
Or did my mom said, you were singing and dancing before you could walk and talk? And did I want to be in this cabaret, like watch these women on stage? Because I wanted to be one of those women, maybe deep down, and spirit knew like this is your thing too, right? So I've never said it like that. It's kind of cool. Anyway, so here I am, and I'm watching these gorgeous women singing and dancing on stage. Their hair, their makeup, their clothes, they're so talented. I'm the only kid in the audience, and I'm that little Italian kid, right? So after the show was over, my eyes were just lit up and I just saw the possibilities, right? It's like, as a kid, you're inspired, like, I want to be a teacher or I want to be an astronaut. Well, I wanted to be on stage singing and dancing, right? So my dad comes and he gets me and he sees the stars in my eyes and he goes, Elvira, do you want to meet them backstage? Because he knew them, right? Because he worked downstairs. And I can meet them. I felt like I was meeting the queens of the world. So
you were.
Yeah, I was. So he takes me backstage to meet these goddesses. And this part always gets me a little emotional. And they look at him, they look at me, and they go, Joe, this is your daughter. She's so beautiful. And I'm thinking, I'm beautiful? I'm a fat little Italian
Aw.
kid. You're beautiful for telling me I'm beautiful. And ladies, I felt seen for the first time in my life.
Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful.
And I knew what I wanted to be when I grew up. I wanted to be one of them. So they were like literally me a few years ahead. Like they were probably in their 20s and 30s. I was 11, right? So I walk away with my dad. My dad who could sing like Pavarotti. My dad who never did anything with his voice. His sister, she was on world-class opera stages. And when she got married, she was told, hang up your opera gown, put on an apron, because you can't step foot on another opera stage ever again. Well, my dad, you know, he saw that. That's what happened to his sister. That's what he was told. So my dad was the good little boy, the people pleaser, just like me, right? Sins of the father visited onto the child. So, you know, he never did anything with his voice. So yes, he would sing at family parties. He would sing at the restaurant where, you know, he was maitre d', very high level maitre d'. And the women would come in and say, Joe, will you sing for us? Right. And he would sing, but that was it. He never did anything professional with it. So anyway, walk away with my dad. Daddy, I want to be one of them when I grow up. So guess what he says to me, ladies?
What?
Don't. There's no life in it for you.
Yeah. But here's how he said it, a little stronger than that. Elvira, remember I said I want to be one of those ladies when I grow up. Elvira, you can't be one of those ladies. Those ladies are sluts.
Putana.
Yes.
Oh my
and that's how he
gosh.
said it.
Oh
I just translated it for you.
gosh.
Yeah. Quelle donne sono puttane.
Oy.
Okay.
So that was it. I was shut down. I didn't want to be a slut. Okay. So I said to my little 11-year-old self, okay, Daddy, I'm not allowed to be who I want to be. Who do you need me to be so you will love me?
Did you say that?
I actually said it to myself. So I learned really fast, ladies. He needed me to be the good little Italian Catholic girl, get good grades, get a good career, get a good husband, and give him some grandchildren. Well, guess what? I checked off all those boxes. I wanted to die at rock bottom. Like I had suicidal ideation at rock bottom. That was the impetus to leave that inauthentic life. So at this point, you know, I chose not one, but two healthcare careers. First, I worked in at Princess Margaret Hospital in cancer research.
The best.
And then I got into big pharma for 20 years in total. So 7 years, 20 years. At the rock bottom, let's just say my last 2 years were a shit show because I lived so out of alignment that I was being bullied. A sign that you're living out of alignment is you get picked on, you get bullied, okay?
How were you bullied?
I was bullied because I was not being authentic. And so when people aren't authentic, they get picked on.
Who was bullying you?
My coworkers,
Oh my
friends.
gosh.
Yeah. So this is a sign of living out of alignment. I'm absolutely convinced of it. So because I was bullied and because I was a people pleaser, I was the imposter. I was the good girl. I was, you know, like, what do you need me to be so you will love me, girl, right?
Oh my goodness.
And so because of that, I wasn't me. And so, you know, my invitation is you've got to do this inner work to become fully yourself, to become, as I like to say, aligned, authentic, and fully self-expressed. That's what can revert your darkness. So because I was bullied, I struggled with depression, anxiety, panic attacks, bipolar. My marriage nearly ended 3 different times because my ego nearly killed my marriage 3 different times. Today it's heaven on earth, by the way, 36 years in.
I saw that in your resume.
Oh, yeah.
I have a little bit of question though around this time because the imposter syndrome is now considered so ubiquitous
Common, yeah.
that it's not.
What does it mean?
It's
What
like
does it
it's
mean?
not a syndrome anymore. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, everybody at some point in their life is going to experience this. You've had a successful career in 2 areas where success will bring accolades.
Yeah.
Success will bring outside praise.
Yeah.
Success will say, I'm good, I can do this, I'm a worthy person. So you're saying that because you were living not your true life, you actually somehow set yourself up for bullying.
Yes.
And bullying is a huge thing because
Yeah.
I personally went through it as a child.
Yeah.
Scarred me for many, many years to get by it. As an adult, I find that interesting. Like,
You didn't get bullied as an adult.
No.
No. Okay. So maybe you chose a career that was in alignment with who you were. I chose 2 careers that were not in alignment with who I was. I was an artist. I was a healer. I was a coach. Guess what? I'm doing all those things today. But back then, I just didn't see how that would get me money. I didn't see how that would get
Right.
me the approval of my daddy, because those careers were very well paid.
Oh, yes,
and
they
I looked
are.
very shiny on the outside. And I drove the company vehicle and I won the awards in Big Pharma and I wore the fancy clothes and yada, yada, yada. My heart, my soul were dry. But guess what? Fun fact, when I had the breakdown and the breakthrough, my depression went away, panic attacks went away, bipolar went away. My marriage went from hell on wheels to heaven on earth. And I got to become a pro jazz artist at 51.
Wow.
What I wanted to be at 11, I got to do it at 51, exactly 40 years later.
Perseverance.
Yes. So I am proof that it's never too late and you're never too old. If it's in you, it's in you for a reason. Thank you for clapping. If it's in you for a reason. And who do you need to become so that thing comes through you?
Yes.
And who I had to let go of was my inauthentic, my false self that I put on, my ego self, just to survive, just to be loved, and to throw all caution to the wind and become my authentic self.
Epiphany. So you're saying that you had your ego self that received the accolades, received the outside.
Yeah.
You didn't like that person.
No, but I pretended everything was fine. I always put on a big smile and pretended everything was fine because that's the, it's the polar opposite. Like if you're living out of alignment, like you can look shiny to some people, but then others see you, she's fake. She's not the real deal. So they bullied me. Right. So when my story's a bit longer of why I got bullied in corporate and then I experienced bullying. I used to be a cheerleader back in the 80s. I used to cheer for the Argos. And the mean girl on that group, she basically read the kick me sign on my back because I'm being bullied at work.
Yeah.
So she's a bully. She's a mean girl. She starts bullying me too. I used to go to her inner parties and meet with all the celebs. And, we used to rub shoulders when I was living out of alignment and I was a crap magnet. This is how I describe it.
Yeah, crap magnet?
Yes,
oh my gosh.
I looked very shiny, but I was a crap magnet. I just attracted more and more crap. But I didn't want anybody to know it. So I just put on a big smile and I would go to the parties and blah, blah, blah. Well, now, I was hit hard when I was being bullied corporately. Now I have a kick me sign. It's invisible, but everybody sees it except me. And so this other woman starts bullying me. And that's what took me to a very dark place for 2 solid years, to the point
For 2
where
years?
2 years, depression, anxiety, panic. I barely got out of bed just to feed my child and get him off to school.
So were you working during this time?
This is the embarrassing part. I barely made calls. I was supposed to be out on the field making calls, but my depression was so bad that, I don't know how I got through, and I still made sales somehow. The relationships had been good enough that the sales continued, but I literally just got out of bed, fed my kid, got him off to school, and most times I went back to the bed.
Oh my goodness. I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Well, your story proves that hard chapters can actually be the doorway for reinvention.
Absolutely.
And authenticity.
Amen.
Try to get that word out.
Yeah.
Authenticity. It's so important.
Yes.
And better than imposter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, with the imposter syndrome, the biggest fear, and this is why you open yourself up for bullying, I understand this, is that you don't feel you're real.
Yeah.
So you think that if anybody can see through the mask, they can find you not worthy.
Exactly.
But
exactly.
I think most women in this demographic, in our snack bracket, have experienced much of this to different degrees. And some may have healed quickly and some may have not healed at all. And some may have thought they, but I think we have all experienced. Because when I think about all of our corporate journeys in accelerating, we're all highly driven women, very successful, but the drive that kept us going, did we really love it in reflection? I have to look back. So I think we have all sort of lived inauthentically. I know that I have. Anyway, I'm sorry.
No, that's absolutely true. Like the mask. I'm so glad you brought that up because we wear ego masks for survival. I tore off all my ego masks. I live as my authentic self today. And I've become a miracle magnet. And that's
Yes.
what allows me to, not just be a jazz artist at 51, becoming professional. I won Best Band in Mississauga in the last 3 years twice. Like
Yay.
crazy stuff like that, right? Like I've sung to Oprah Winfrey's Man. If you Google Stedman Graham, Elvira Hopper, you'll see me singing to him, right?
Outstanding.
Yes. And these are the miracles that happen when we're living in alignment, because the universe basically tapped me on the shoulder to say, hey, you're in alignment now. Just keep going. And I am real. I'm not perfect. Okay. So I recorded this jazz album at Jazz Bistro. It is far from perfect, but there's so much joy on it. And it's so real. And I don't really care. There was a time when I cared what you thought I sounded like.
Mhm.
Today, I don't give a shit what you think.
Wow.
Because that's
yeah.
power.
That is powerful.
That's power. So, okay, this is kind of like the how-to step now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You've hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything worse than suicide
Yeah.
ideation.
Suicidal ideation. Yeah.
What intervened? What helped you say, I
Enough.
have a reason to live? It's more important for me to live than to stop this pain.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there was a
question.
time when I thought my one and only child was better off without me in his life as his mother.
Oh my goodness.
That was the pit
Yeah.
of darkness. And I'd done a lot of personal development. At that point, I'd done like landmark education. I'd done Tony Robbins. I'd been Catholic my whole life. God is out there. I'm a lowly sinner. I had therapy when I was a new mommy and I had to get over my mommy issues. Took 2 years. It was very expensive. So I'd done all these things. But when I hit my rock bottom, ladies, none of that worked anymore. I was in such a dark place. I literally said, give me a way out to my higher power. Give me a way out. This is total surrender. Oprah talks about this too. When
Mhm.
she totally surrendered, that's when she received all these miracles in her life. And I did the same thing. And I didn't even realize I was doing it. But I surrendered all. I literally said, give me a way out. That's not any of these things that had been sort of Band-Aid solutions over the years. Give me a way out that's not this or this or this or this or this, or give me a way of killing myself.
My
And
gosh.
that was rock bottom. That was surrender.
Mhm.
So I wasn't meant to go. I was meant to receive this unique way that I get to teach to the world through an amazing global team. And it saved my life. It saved my sanity. It saved my
Incredible.
marriage. Helped me become professional at 51 on jazz stages. So it's proof that it's never too late. You're never too old to step fully into who you truly are. You're aligned, authentic, fully self-expressed self. My dad, he unfortunately lived out of alignment his whole life. He wore the mask, pretended everything was fine when he wasn't living what was in his heart and soul. Name of my jazz band, Heart and Soul. And he got bullied. Get this. He got bullied at work and he had a nervous breakdown, just
Oh my
like I did.
goodness.
But he couldn't come back with a natural way. I wanted it to be fast and natural, and that's what I received. I'd gone through Western medicine. I didn't need Western medicine at this point. I needed something fast and natural. It was more spiritual in an approach. Everybody needs something different. For me, that was what I needed. My dad, however, had to, he got a breakdown. He went on lorazepam for the rest of his life.
Wow.
Very strong anti-anxiety drug. No disrespect to anybody who takes meds for their mental health, because we all need different things. But I saw what drugs did to my dad. And I saw that when he died, his liver was massive, because I was a drug rep. I knew what they did to our bodies. I was a little educated. I knew I didn't want to go that route. So sadly, my dad died 13 years ago with his real music still in him, because he didn't know how to get aligned, authentic, fully
Right.
self-expressed. So this is why I am so passionate to help us do the inner work so we can become fully ourselves, so we can live our best lives, our miracle lives, as I call them, not our crap magnet lives like I live for most of mine. So I'm just an example of what's possible. You too, right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a question. That is
Yeah.
because spirituality is, like imposter syndrome, a huge field.
Mhm.
And I think we're really just touching the surface of spirituality, because when I look at the start of my spiritual journey, I'm not sure when it started. It could have been 20 years ago. It could have been 50. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the more you tap into it. So I wonder if you can talk for our viewers and listeners, if you can talk a little bit about your spiritual journey, because I think it might mean something a little bit different to a lot of people. And for
Yeah.
people that might not feel as though they are, how could they tap in
Yeah.
to some of their inner resources?
Yeah. Yeah. So we all have a spiritual
Mhm.
core. Okay. We are not like bodies with souls. We are souls in these meat suits called our bodies. Right. And I believe that when, we go to the next life, our soul just goes to another body and our soul is eternal. It just keeps going and going, going. Everybody believes something different. This is what I believe. It's more of a Buddhist belief, like reincarnation. And so I believe we need to embody the teachings and support, because there's a lot of ways out there of doing this inner work. We just need to gravitate towards the ones that speak to us, the ones that make us feel good. When you're feeling good, that's something that resonates, right? Or you'll
Yes.
get body shivers or something, and it's like truth bumps. That's what one of my coaches taught me, that they're truth bumps. They're your truth, right? So you need to move towards those things.
Yeah.
And so there's many ways of doing this, and you need to figure out what works for you. For me, it was a unique modality. It was a mindset shifts that allowed me to go from, like, I'm being bullied, these people are bad and they're wrong and they're hating me and shaming me and taking my friends away. Well, when I realized, and this was part of the teachings that were gifted to me, if you're being bullied over here, Elvira, and you're being bullied over here, who's the common denominator?
Yes.
And I realized
Yeah.
I brought on the bullying
You invited
because I
it.
had a crap magnet mindset.
Yeah.
When I shifted into a miracle magnet mindset, guess what? I felt good. They stopped bullying me. I tore the kick me sign off my back because I was able to become more me. I was able to tear off the mask, the kick me sign. I saw these people not as my bullies anymore. I saw them as and this is again one of my teachings, I saw them as my biggest angels of evolution.
Oh, interesting.
They forced me to evolve by hating me and shaming me and making me a laughing stock. They forced me to learn how to love my vibe, to be a miracle magnet. So that's what they did. They were my biggest gifts. In fact, ladies, I'm writing a book right now, and it's called Change Your Vibe, Change Your Life. And it's for high school students that are being bullied.
Oh,
Because
thank you.
I was bullied like a 15-year-old girl as a 45-year-old woman. And a lot of kids kill themselves because they're being bullied. Well,
Absolutely.
and this is why an adult woman had to go through this system that helped her to tear the kick me sign off so she stopped being bullied. I'm now unbullyable. How I describe it is I'm unfuckwithable. Okay.
Yes.
You cannot.
Oh, yeah, you don't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah, exactly. And so, and what's interesting is that, yes, I had to go through that because now the book is guess who it's being dedicated to?
Your dad?
Your dad.
Everybody says that. Both my bullies.
Oh, brilliant.
Had they not treated me that way, I would not have
You
had the
thank them.
breakdown that
You
led to the
thank them
breakthrough.
and you
Yes.
release them.
How grateful am I for my angels of evolution, guys? This is a shift in thinking,
Yes.
right? If we can see that all of our challenges are happening for us, not to us.
Yes.
Oh, I got chills because that's another teaching. Everything is always happening for
That
us.
is actually really interesting. And what I've heard from so many women over this journey of talking to people is that this chapter is allowing them to become more of their true selves.
Yes.
Part of it, I think we just start to finally understand what it means to love yourself.
Mm.
Yes.
We didn't know about it before.
Yeah.
Didn't matter what
I didn't know how to love
you,
myself.
you called it. We really
Yeah.
didn't like ourselves.
Yeah.
I remember when somebody asked me, like, what do you like about me? What makes me a good friend?
Mm.
And then look at yourself and say, what would make you a good friend? Why would people want to be around you?
Right.
And it was a revelation for me.
Yeah.
But I have found so many women at this stage in their lives, for however they make this journey, are now saying, I like myself.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
more comfortable in myself.
Yeah. They've gone through a thing or two, right?
Yeah.
And
I think it's
yeah,
also
yeah.
confidence.
yeah.
Confidence evolves with wisdom. Wisdom
Yes.
evolves with age. And so
Yes,
as we
yes.
progress in life, as we age, we should be gathering
Yeah.
a lot of that information.
And wisdom comes through breakdown.
Wisdom, absolutely.
I'm also writing a book, a few books, right? Change Your Vibe, Change Your Life. It's for high school students. The other one is called Shit Shows I Starred In, and the wisdom bombs gleaned for you. Okay? I kid you not,
love
ladies.
that.
Isn't that great?
I
Because
love
I've
it.
starred in more than my share, right? But I'm super grateful. And every time I go through another one, because they're always happening, right?
Yes.
I'm like, what am I meant to learn from this? Oh, this is exciting. I used to be a victim of, why is this happening to me? To how is this happening for me? And that
what does it
mindset
mean?
shift. Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
the other part of the mind shift, whatever, journey. It's realizing that the people around you, however they respond,
Mhm.
it's them.
It's their thing.
course.
Yeah.
It's not you.
But if you don't have the confidence
Yeah.
to read that,
Yeah.
it's
So anyhow, you've created a whole new career.
Yes, I did. And you said confidence. Can I just speak to that for 1 second?
Perfect.
So what shifted in me was I did become confident when I was able to realize you're the common denominator. You brought on this bullying. You brought on this mental health stuff with your mindset. You're going to undo it with your mindset. And that's when Spirit gave me all the things. And guess what? They stopped bullying me. This dude that I used to work with, he takes me out for sushi now. This gal who used to be a cheerleader with me, she thinks I'm great. She bullies other people because when we're not confident, when we're not in alignment, we have bullseyes on our back.
Yes.
People pick on us.
And bullies are usually the most insecure to start with.
Totally.
They
Which is
need
why
to
They're
become bullies.
projecting. They're
Yes.
projecting onto us because they see
Yes.
that we're not confident and they don't really feel confident. So they're going to pick on us. This is a humanity thing, right?
Yeah.
You project what it is you don't like in another person, right? So I was this little, oh, why are you treating me so bad? I'm such a nice person, Meanwhile, those bullies weren't confident and they're like, get away from me, and they took me down. But today I am not bullyable because of the confidence. So I love that you spoke to that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think the other two important factors are being open, because two things happen when we progress in life. Another word for aging.
Yeah.
Because I don't like that word.
I love that.
I like what it gives us. I don't like the negative connotations that some people in the universe put out there. But I think openness and staying curious is hugely integral to our happiness.
Absolutely.
Because when we are open, we are receptive to possibly shift, to change, to read into something. Spirituality might not frighten some people, but it might push them away, because I've seen that. But if you stay open and just give it a little taste, give it a little
see
try,
how it feels.
you don't have
See
to
how it
commit.
feels. Yes, exactly.
And if it doesn't work for you, that's okay.
Yeah.
Try something else.
Right.
But give yourself a pat on the back for trying.
Yes.
Because
I
the
love
more
that.
you do that, the easier it becomes. And so there is a pathway for even the most resistant.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. So when I left Big Pharma to become a coach, so they gave me a huge buyout.
What kind of a coach?
So I'm a life coach. I'm a business coach, purpose coach. I'm the Ikigai whisperer, which is I self-proclaimed. Ikigai is, what does that stand for? It's what you're great at, what you love, what the world needs, and what you can get paid for. The intersection of that is called Ikigai. It's a Japanese term.
Yes.
So I'm the founder of the Multi-Ikigai movement, which states that you don't have to be one thing. You can be all things.
Exactly.
I have 7 Ikigais, right? I'm a coach. I'm an international speaker. I'm a jazz singer turned sacred sound healer. I have about 7 other healing modalities. I make jewelry. These are some of my designs. I'm the founder of this Love Your Vibe transformation, which is personal evolution solutions for heart-centered humans, which is basically the system that saved my life at rock bottom. Spirit said, it isn't just for you, it's for you to share with the world. I'm like, how the hell do I do that? And so now I have a beautiful global team that share it with the world. So that's another thing I do. And then I also am the founder of Return to You Elite Global Retreat Centers. And that's to serve the 1%.
That's a lot.
It is a lot, but guess what? None of it is work. It's absolutely in alignment with who I am. And they say that millionaires and billionaires have 7 to 11 streams of income. So I'm a huge advocate for going deep, doing your inner work, figuring out who you are fully self-expressed, right? Remember, my dad died with his real music in him because he didn't allow himself. He didn't know how to get fully self-expressed. I know how. I help people do that as a coach. And so when you do that, you attract miracles every day. Like I get like, hey, do you want to be on my podcast? Hey, do you want to be at my gig? Hey, do you want to, here's an award for you. Here's Stedman Graham to sing to. You know what I mean? Like these are the miracles because I'm in alignment. And I know that this isn't for me, just for me. It's for all of us to do this inner work and become fully ourselves. Take off the mask, be who you were brought here to be. And the world gets all of you.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Going back to the struggles that you had in your marriage when you were feeling very unwell,
Yeah.
suicidal,
Yeah.
crazy thoughts going through your head. How did your husband respond?
God bless him. I don't know how you put up with me, ladies. Honestly, like the guy, he's a saint. My husband is incredible. He's my COO
Yes,
now.
he is, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, he's my COO. I actually manifested him leaving corporate to become my COO, which is absolutely amazing. And this is what happens.
I think that's another segment.
Yeah, yeah. But he was just loving me. He just loved me.
Good.
And this is where
I
you
think
got to be
that's
grateful.
key.
Oh,
I think that's key
absolutely.
to anyone's healing journey, because if you don't have someone that cares for you or cares about
Yeah.
you, I think it's so much easier when you have a support system.
Oh, yeah.
So how can people find a support system if they feel alone, if they're afraid to
Yeah.
express? How do they
That's
reach
a great
out?
question. It's almost like I fed you that question. I have a global team of people that can support people on their personal development journey. And we explain it in a way that's not up here woo-woo. It's our system's backed by science. So people that join my team will have the support system they need, small communities of, loving their vibe together, learning how to be miracle magnets. And that's it. You have this group for life, basically, right?
Are these online communities?
These are online
okay.
communities. Yeah, yeah. And we're bringing them into women's shelters as well. Live.
Thank you.
We've done this
you.
live in Mississauga. Actually, we've done it live.
Wow.
So it's very cool. Yeah. And
Describe, please.
so these are the system, right? When I was at rock bottom, that allowed me to, shift my thinking, right? Are things happening for you or to you?
Yes.
You're the common denominator. Tear the kick me sign off your back. Basically, it's helping people go from a victim state
Yes.
into an empowered state.
Yes.
So a lot of women that are in shelters
Absolutely.
have been in a victim state.
Mhm.
So we want to give them the teachings and tools that supported all of us, my team and I, to become miracle magnets, so they don't have to go back to their abusive partners.
Thank you.
And that really lights me up. So I want to see this in all the women's shelters, this program.
We can help you with that, actually. We're
and this is why I'm here then.
We are partnering with the Royal LePage Shelter Foundation. And the reason that we are, just as a sidebar, they happen to be the only Royal LePage are the only realtor in Canada that have a foundation specifically in support of women's shelters.
God bless
so
them.
they offer grants, they offer programs, all sorts of systems, but that's something that we can talk about after the podcast.
That is fantastic. Yeah, because this is
how things happen.
I know, right?
Change because
and I said, I want to be on your podcast. And this is probably why.
And you manifested it.
Because I'm a miracle magnet.
How could anyone say no to you?
Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Wow.
We had, we had, so recently, you two would have met for the first time at my Galentine's luncheon.
It was so nice to meet
and
you.
it was a wonderful event, but it was also so lovely because you surprised me by bringing your beautiful sound healing tools.
Which I forgot today.
But what was interesting about that was there were, 24, 25 of us. And some were open and some were resistant. But what I liked, because I was sort of sitting at the back of the patio observing, what I liked was seeing the different levels of transformation.
Ooh.
Not even transformation, the different levels of people open to, because I could see some of this.
Yeah.
And then I'd see them slowly opening up. And it was just beautiful to watch.
You saw that.
But I know that there's other ways that we don't necessarily need tools to heal ourselves, but are there other forms that you can suggest for our audience? That
what do you mean when you say we don't need tools?
Well, in terms of healing vibes, in terms of meditation, in terms of grounding ourselves, if we're having a really difficult day, we were all oming before
I see.
we started
Yes,
our
of course.
podcast.
What you mean?
So how can we start?
Thank you.
Little things, because sometimes it's easier to start in the privacy of your own home, alone. Or car, or washroom, or wherever is private.
Okay.
So that it just is for a lot of people. I know that. I think I did.
Yes, I love that. So we were doing it earlier because you're a yoga teacher and you have you've been taught in this. And Pat, is this new to you, the oming, or have you experienced it before?
I've always loved the sound.
Okay, nice.
Have I participated? No.
Okay. Awesome. So there's many ways of healing, of connecting to who we truly are. I do recommend meditation. There's
Yes.
a lot of great apps out there that you can, there's Headspace, there's Insight Timer, there's a few, there's more. So the idea is if you can just sit quietly, and it's hard to do, clear your mind, so that, because we're always monkey mind, chatter, right? This is the way we are. We're built this way. This is called being human. However, when we consciously, intentionally let go of the thoughts, and we can actually even clear our mind for a little bit, it's amazing what intuition tells us. Intuition is our connection to our source, our higher power. And then we listen to the things we should be doing. Everybody has their own answers. This is why I love being a coach. I don't give them answers. I ask them powerful questions, and these powerful answers come out of them, their own wisdom. And where's the wisdom coming from? Their higher self, their higher power. So I invite people to just get a meditation practice into place. And so then I have about 7 different healing modalities. My favorite is sound healing, which is what I did that day at the garden party.
I love it.
And so what happens is sacred sound. I call it sacred because, it comes through me. I'm a channel. Just like when I'm on stage at Jazz Bistro, I'm just used as a channel. If I sound like crap one night, it's because I'm supposed to sound like crap. Somebody in the audience.
I blame it on channel.
Yeah. No,
it wasn't me.
No, I say, hey, thank you, Spirit. Someone in the audience was meant to hear me sound like crap because they're meant to go, she started doing this professionally at 51. She's not even that good. I'm going to go do my thing too. I just want to be real.
It's a great way of looking at it.
Yeah, I just want to be real so that other people can go to their thing later in life. I say, make the rest of your life the best of your life. Go from your, even successful looking act 1 into your aligned, authentic, fully self-expressed act 2. And if there's music in you, bring it out, because you're going to be happier. You're going to be healthier. You're going to be wealthier. The relationships around you are going to be better. And the world is going to get your music. I'm leaving my music behind. I wish that my dad had done this. Yeah. I would have had his album, right? So if you've got something in you, go do it. And watch me. I'm not perfect. I'm real. I don't need you to like me. I'm just going to be myself anyway. And that is power when you're able to be fully you. Yes. And I'm going to get into sound.
It's an epiphany, and then we'll get into this.
Yeah.
When you can be you, it is just totally clearing. You can.
Very cleansing.
It is. Oh, I'm getting chills as you say that. Yeah, absolutely.
It's comfortable.
It is comfortable.
You feel safe in your skin.
Yes.
You feel like I used to cower like this because that's just how I felt on the inside. Today I walk like this.
And I think
it's different.
I think that's why we often refer to it as cleansing.
Yeah.
Because when you mentally cleanse, when you emotionally cleanse, you are ridding the toxicity.
The crap that you're not.
The crap that's not serving us.
Yeah.
And inviting some good things to come into your life, which is why we have to stay open and curious.
Exactly. I love that.
Can we borrow your tagline?
Oh,
I love it.
Please do borrow anything. It's not mine. I channel
Next Chapter Chats. Make the rest of your life the best of your life.
Absolutely.
I love this.
I have a coaching program that's
Thank
the
you,
tagline.
girlfriend.
Yeah. Absolutely. But you'll have to quote me, okay?
Of course.
According to Elvira Hopper.
Yeah.
So whereabouts in Italy are your family from?
In Naples, Italy.
Naples? Okay.
Yes. So at the tip of the Amalfi Coast, which everybody goes to. It's such a great place. But back to your question about the sacred sound, I wanted to mention that piece. I just felt inspired to share. You don't have to be real. Just you don't have to be real. You have to be real. Don't be perfect. Be real. And so what happens is that, as you do, choose to do the inner work, whatever connects you to feeling good, that is what you need to do. And so the sacred sound is a great way to tone our vagus nerve. Our vagus nerve is our nervous system. So when it's activated, our body goes into rest and digest, the parasympathetic. And when it's activated, it's in fight or flight, right? That's the sympathetic system, right? So a little bit of nerdiness because I do have a science background. But anyway, the point is when you hear sound, it actually relaxes your body because it's activating your vagus nerve. So when we ohm, that's what we were doing before. And I'd love to do some now if you want.
I think we should.
Yeah. And when you ohm, your vagus nerve is activated, so your body calms down. So if you're in a bad state, just start ohming, right? YouTube has a beautiful thing that you can get, sorry, I think I'm being I'm being musicked out here. YouTube has great videos if you want to ohm with someone online. If you don't know how to do it, just grab a YouTube video, how to ohm.
Is it something we could do with our viewers now?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
That would be
yeah.
great.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So, ladies, I encourage anyone who's open to try this to just go on YouTube and grab a video that says Om, and there's so many of them.
Which is OM, by the way.
OM, that's right. Yes. and it's actually pronounced Aum. And it's a Hindu, word, Sanskrit.
Sanskrit.
And basically, it's the highest vibration in the universe. So when you Om, you're raising your vibration, but you're also grounding yourself. So it's an interesting dichotomy. You're raising your vibration, but you're grounding. And that's what my sound healing does. So, so we can try it right now.
I think
and
that would be
let's do
lovely.
3 Oms together, inviting all your viewers and listeners to do it as well.
Is there any posture we should have? Uncross our legs?
You know what? Just put your feet on the ground, flat on the ground if you can. I mean, if you're lying down, that's okay too. Don't worry about it. But if you can just take a deep breath.
You can feel that. You can really feel
Totally.
that.
Yeah.
Totally.
Feels so good, doesn't it?
It's it feels good, but you can also just feel the
The
vibration.
vibration. Yeah.
And that took us, 30 seconds?
all of 30 seconds. So if you are having a bad moment at work or with
Absolutely.
your kids, go into the bathroom, Om 3 times. Aum, aum, aum.
Yes. Or,
it.
as I experienced this morning on the drive on the 401, traffic.
Yes, there you go. Om
If
in
you
the
are stuck,
car.
as we all are every day, stuck in horrible traffic, just sit and, because
Yes.
I'm an A-type.
Yes,
You know
yes.
that.
No.
For
not
me,
you.
for
Yeah.
me to Om is,
Yeah.
I had to really, this journey was, coming over years and years and years.
You
It
needed
was-
this,
it-
my love.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But when I finally, and when you said you felt it, it's like, I understand that.
Yeah.
You do.
And
I
it's
felt it.
so,
Yeah.
you smiled when you said it, because it's almost like
It
an
feels good.
epiphany. It
Yes.
feels
Yeah, it
great.
feels
You
good.
can actually, I'm internally, but it's just literally
Yeah.
as if there was a sound machine going
Yeah.
on.
Because our
I
voice.
felt the
Yes.
vibration.
Thank you. And thank you for sharing that, because I want to share that the voice is the most healing instrument on the planet. So I have all these beautiful sound bowls that I play and these different bells that I play and drums and ocean drum. You guys heard some of these at the garden party.
Amazing.
Yeah. However, the voice is the most healing part.
Mhm.
And people will always say that it's your voice that really made the difference. And I think they all work together in conjunction and do beautiful
The
things.
frequency and the vibration.
Yes. Even if you think you can't sing, your voice is a
And I
powerful
can't.
healing instrument.
I have a family who will confirm that.
No, but seriously. And when I did my sound healing training, like I think maybe 2 or 3 of us sang, the others didn't, but they still use their voice to help.
You don't have to
heal.
sing.
Yeah.
You just have to
You just
Om.
vocalize and
Yes,
Om and
yes,
chant. And
yes.
it's beautiful. Yeah.
So this is a question about you. It's a little bit of an intro. It's
Yeah.
that you found your true calling
Yeah.
and you now share it with others.
Yes.
Your clients often arrive feeling depleted. That's why they're coming to you, because
Yeah.
they need some way out.
They know there's more in store.
What
Yes.
are the daily habits
Yeah.
or mental reframes that you encourage them to adopt
Yeah.
to find the energy that you're talking about?
Yeah. So I do have, this is a perfect little pitch here. I do have an online course where I teach all of them. And it's $297 plus HSD. If anybody wants to reach out. Canadian. Reach out to me and maybe I'll give you a little discount because you heard about it on this show.
Actually, could we offer that to our viewers?
Yes, absolutely.
What's the discount?
I will give them a 15% discount.
15%. That's better than tax.
Yeah.
15%. I'll just mention Next Chapter Chats.
Yes.
Perfect.
And I will get you a link to go with that.
Perfect.
And
we'll put that on the website.
Yes, exactly. So you can learn some of these things. And then afterwards, if you decide, this is cool stuff. I love these shifts, I don't have to feel like a victim ever again when I realize life is happening for me, not to me. That's just one, right? But there's a whole
Yes.
bunch of them. And so these were the shifts given to me at rock bottom. And so when you realize, oh my God, like I feel better now, like just having that shift in thinking, it's changed my posture. It's changed how I
Yeah.
feel. Then you can practice it for 6 months with one of my beautiful team who holds space. And what is holding space? It's basically allowing you to go through 6 months in a beautiful program. It's twice a month on Zoom for 2 hours each time. So 24 hours in total. And what happens is within this time, you are part of a small community, 8 people and under, and you practice these teachings and tools. You apply them to your own life. You're witnessed in very safe community. We like to say our community is safer than virtually any community you've been in.
Non-judgmental.
Totally.
Non-judgmental. We practice Jedi principles, justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion
Love that.
as leaders because everyone needs to feel safe in our containers. We were trained by one of the best facilitator trainers on the planet. I shout out to her, Tammy Cunningham. And that's what happens over 6 months. You try these on. It's almost like taking off an old coat and trying on a new one. Does the new coat feel better? Well, keep it on. That's a mindset shift that can serve you, right?
Yep.
So this is where you try on new things. It's all backed by science because neuroplasticity studies show us that when we start thinking and behaving in a different way,
Yes.
our brain actually transforms. That's how I
That's
was
cool.
able, right? That's how I was able to get over my mental health issues quickly, naturally, without drugs, without therapy,
Right.
because this is what I was born to bring to the world. And now my beautiful team is growing globally, but they're also sharing their own modalities on my platform because we believe all modalities matter.
Yes.
I'm the founder of the Miracle Magnet movement that states all modalities matter. Whatever helps you is what you need. And I say there's over 8 billion people on the planet. There's over 8 billion ways to love your vibe in my language and be a miracle magnet.
I love
You get
that.
to choose what works for you. What's in your miracle mix, right? We're all snowflakes. We all have a unique blueprint. So people get to do this work in small communities. My leaders are incredible. I just got off a retreat with them and they just light me up. 2 women, I want to shout out to them, Eleanor Hayward and Jennifer Hawkins. When COVID hit, they came together and they said, Elvira, your teachings and tools saved our lives too. And we believe it's our duty to share this with the world. So
Thank
they
you.
created the 6-month program. I didn't even have to do that. I don't facilitate the little programs. I just do my one-on-one with people that want to go fast and they can afford to work with me because, I am a coach and I've been doing this 15 years. And, it is an investment, right? But with my team, it's very affordable. And so this is how people can go from being crap magnets, and all respect to anybody who's a crap magnet right now. I was one for most of my life. Crap magnet is just, you live in a low vibration where you just attract things you don't want. You attract crap. But when you shift into this vibration, we teach you how to do that. I teach you in 3 hours. You practice it over 6 months if you choose. You become a miracle magnet because when you vibrate at a high level, the universe gives you good things. It's law of attraction,
Yes,
ladies.
absolutely.
Super simple.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I made you drink out of a fire hose, right?
Okay. And for the women
Yeah.
listening
Okay.
who think it's too late to start something
It's
new,
never too,
Never.
never
whether
too
it's a
late.
book,
Yeah.
a business,
Yeah.
or a new passion,
Yeah.
what would you say?
I say it's never too late. You're never too old to be happy, healthy, wealthy, and bold. And I actually have a little song. Can I sing it for you?
Sure.
I have a little statement. This is what I do. Okay. So I'm a bit of a cheesehead and I love my cheesy little songs.
That's
but
why we're friends.
yeah. But basically it's just to remind people of what's possible for them. So that's what, jingles, we're 70s girls, right? We know a lot of commercials had jingles. So here's my little jingle. All right. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. It's never too late and you're never too old to be happy, healthy, and wealthy and bold. You've got to be a miracle magnet. Be a miracle magnet. Do those things that you were brought here to do and be a miracle magnet. True. Boop, boop, be do. Yeah.
Wow. This is incredible.
It's never too late.
This
You're never
is
too
incredible.
old. Yes, that's what I say. Yeah.
And I have to underscore that I changed careers in my late 50s.
Thank you.
And
Proof.
I only took up, although I had known yoga and had taken, I don't know, dozens, hundreds of yoga classes, it never occurred to me to study it. So the more you do, the more it inspires you to
Yes.
do more.
And
It
you're here for more
opens
than one
things up.
thing.
So
yes,
when we
yes.
don't hesitate, do
Don't
it. If you don't
hesitate.
like it, don't go back.
But ladies, here's the thing. If it's a little spark in you, if
Yes.
it's still there,
Yeah.
that's the pilot light, okay?
Yes.
And you can fan that fire. You can work with someone like me or work with my team, or there's tons of amazing coaches out there. And there's so many different ways that you can fan that fire. That little pilot light has not gone out.
And do you know what
Beautiful.
else? Google.
Yeah.
There are
Google.
so many.
Yes.
There are so many free resources.
Yes.
For people that want to take up
Yeah.
meditation or yoga
Yeah.
or breathing techniques.
That's right.
Or anything that is sort of self-discovery. And I also think of that for the person who might not have a large network, who might be apprehensive, who might be a little bit timid. So to be able to do that in the comfort of and safety
Yeah.
of that
Start
private
there
space,
for sure.
start
Yes,
there,
Start there.
and just and journal.
Yeah.
See how it makes you
Yeah.
feel. Start the process, because when you write it down,
Yeah.
and a lot of people when they start journaling think, oh, it's nonsense. It
No,
might
it's
feel
not.
like it. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Try it for 21 days.
Yeah.
And just keep going and see what
Absolutely.
happens.
You get to hear your thoughts.
and follow your
Yeah.
journey. And
Yeah.
that should inspire you to continue.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think on that note, I'd have to say to both of you, thank you. Thank you for
Mm,
reminding us that we do have a choice.
We do.
always.
And to our listeners, thank you. What about you? Is this next chapter the time that you are reclaiming your voice and authenticity? Share your story with us at nextchapterchats.com or at Next Chapter Chats on Instagram.
Until next time, not that you are not alone, and there are many ways to heal. This next chapter can be your choice for authenticity. Thank you, Elvira. Thank you, Penelope.
And make
Thank
your the rest of your life the best of your
That's
life
a good
with
way.
Elvira Hopper. Thank you, ladies.
Thank
This
you.
was awesome. And now a word from our sponsor, Home Stairlift. Stay safe in the home that you love.
Conquer the stairs. Elevate your life with a stairlift. Home Stairlift wants you to be safe in the home you love. We offer new or pre-owned stairlifts, buy or rent options, a 5-year warranty, and we'll even buy it back. Call or visit us today at homestairlift.com.